Hi friends, it's Amy from the Wood County District Public Library Children's Place. In today's video, I would like to show you two STEM demonstrations that you can do at home. The first is about chromatography. That is the separation of a mixture in a solution. In this case, it's going to be a separation of a marker's colors in water. The second demonstration will show capillary action. That is when a liquid moves through a tube or a spongy material. In this case today, it will be colored water on our coffee filter, but also through the stalk or the stem of plants. Now these are very simplified definitions, and a lot of other things are going on in these processes, like cohesion, adhesion, surface tension, some chemical reactions, but we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to see what fun we can have. So at first, our chromatography. We need coffee filters, just plain old white coffee filters, some washable markers. As long as it doesn't say permanent marker, it should work great. And I found that these Mr. Sketch markers, the ones that have scents, you need some cups and some water and some newspaper to dry out your coffee filters when they're done. So the first thing you do is take off one coffee filter, choose your color, and draw a circle on the flat part of your coffee filter on the bottom. Draw a circle with your marker. You want to make it nice and thick. It doesn't have to be really dark because it will start to eat away your coffee filter, but go around a couple of times to make a nice thick line. Then you want to fold it in half and then maybe half again, just to make a point in the middle of your ring. Then you take your coffee filter, kind of fold it up just a little bit, and put it into your cup of water, but very carefully. You only want the center where you put that fold into the water. You don't want the water to hit the marker because we need the capillary action to crawl up and hit the marker and take it out to the edge. So you put it in there very carefully. If you need to clip it to the edge of your cup, you can do that. I had to do that because it kept falling in and then my marker would get all wet and it wouldn't work. So do what you have to do to only get the water to hit the middle of your circle, and then you wait. And what happens is that the water starts to separate those colors in your washable marker, like we have here. So this was my green marker, and you can see that it separated in the water into a yellow and then a blue. This one was my brown marker. This had the most dramatic separation because you can see some pink and some orange and some black, maybe a little bit of blue or purple in there, all to make the color brown. And then this was my purple marker, which separated into some pinks and some blues. Now we're also noticing in the color separation, if you reverse it, you have color combining to make a new color. So our yellow and our blue combine to make green. These oranges and blacks and purples combined to make brown. Pink and blue to make purple. So I also wanted to just see what would happen if I just made a red circle, and this is what happened. It didn't really separate. The water kind of made the red pale into a pink, but it really doesn't separate. That's because red is a primary color. There's nothing combined to make red unless you make a different shade of red, but a pure red is just red. So remember that when you're choosing your colors. I did try out a permanent marker, so not washable, in some alcohol, rubbing alcohol. Now rubbing alcohol is used to clean cuts, so it kind of stings and it's a little bit dangerous. You definitely don't want to get it in your eyes, anywhere on your face. You want to wash your hands well. So you definitely need a grown-up to help pour a little bit of alcohol into a cup. And then I used some, instead of a coffee filter, I tried out a piece of fabric. This is just some cotton sheet that was old that we had here. And I used my green Sharpie, my green permanent marker, and you can sure see that the color separated, blue and yellow. in the alcohol. You need alcohol for a permanent marker because the marker is made up of some different stuff than the watercolor washable markers here. But even those worked in our alcohol too. You can see the different colors of the brown marker, the oranges, the purples. So it was pretty fun and pretty exciting. And you can do a craft with these pretty colored coffee filters if you want. You can make some spring flowers. You could pinch them like this with a clothespin and it makes a pretty butterfly. Another way we can experiment with capillary action is with our plant demonstration. So here you would need a flower or a plant of some kind. I use some celery and some food coloring and water and a cup. Now I just put some food coloring in my cup of water. I picked a flower, and then pretty soon the spongy material or the tubes of the plants start drawing up the water, that capillary action, and takes it to where all the water goes in a flower to help nourish it. And here, because our water is blue and our flower was yellow, yellow and blue make green, we show where the water went in our flower with the green tint. Now these flowers are mums. They're taking a little longer to change. I think maybe their stems are harder. They're not as spongy or as tube-like. Maybe they just don't require as much water, but they're starting to turn. And then our celery has lots of spongy tube material. So I put a piece in some blue colored water, and you can kind of see that it's turned pretty blue, these leaves. If you compare them, an uncolored celery with a colored celery, you can kind of see the difference. These are very easy experiments and you can try them at home. I encourage you to do that. I hope you do come into the library and get some books. We have some great ones and some more STEM videos from Miss Cassie on YouTube. That's our YouTube, the library's YouTube channel. We also have our videos on Facebook. You can look up on the video section of the library's Facebook page. And of course, you can find videos on wcdpl.org. I hope to see you soon, and I hope you enjoyed this. Have fun. Bye.